The city awakens under a grey sky, the same sun rising over mansions and slums. As you read these words, a single mother in São Paulo's Far East Side tears open the last packet of powdered milk to divide among her 3 children. Her name is Ana, 28, a cleaning lady. Her aching feet tell stories of broken buses and employers who don't pay overtime. Across town, in a penthouse in Morumbi, an executive argues with his nutritionist about which low-carb diet to follow this Easter. His Italian shoes have never touched a crowded bus. 2 worlds separated by less than 30 kilometers, yet divided by an impassable reality chasm. Easter comes for both, but not equally. For Ana, it's another Sunday of overdue bills and worn-out faith. For Carlos, it's a holiday to post family lunch photos with nacho blessings. Christ died for both, but only one lives, as if the resurrection were a transformative historical fact. While Carlos chooses between Chilean or Argentine wine, Ana counts coins to buy the cheapest chocolate egg. Inequality isn't accidental, it's a generational system. Ana's children wake hungry. Carlos's children wake bored. Their church, hers in the slums, his downtown, will preach the same text. Christ rose to give abundant life. But what's abundance without basics? While megachurch pastors fly private jets preaching financial miracles, slum youth reinvent gospel with calloused hands. Marcos, 19, former drug dealer, now runs a mechanic workshop for at-risk teens. "I learned Jesus wants my hands, not my money," he says, teaching oil changes. His project, ignored by gospel magazines, has saved 37 youths from crime. Last week, when a televangelist begged donations for a soul-winning jet, Marcos's team converted an old Beetle into a community ambulance. This is true Easter, ego's death, solidarity's resurrection. Golden Wall churches sing of glory while ignoring street cries. The revolution begins when someone like you says enough. Open your fridge. What can you donate? Be late to church, but early to the soup kitchen. Swap selfies for service hours. Resurrection isn't theory, it's practice. The afternoon sun beats on the favela's melting asphalt as Donna Maria, 72, drags her recycling cart uphill. Her rheumatic legs ache, but she can't stop. The 80,000 rent is due. Her weary eyes have seen decades of broken promises, election-time politicians, photo-op food handouts, humiliating charity. "They give fish, but never fishing rods," she mutters, grabbing another PET bottle. Across town, an influencer pastor films his latest video about Easter financial prosperity in a professional studio where editors cut all sacrifice. Mentions, the audience dislikes such content. While he preaches blessing harvests, his congregation drowns in debt from prosperity theology, but a quiet resistance grows in slums. Lucas, 25, quit seminary when his classes never mentioned the poor. Now he runs a favela library in a wooden shack where children learn with donated books. Jesus came to be followed, not studied, he says, stacking worn textbooks. Unsponsored by big churches, his project has taught 89 kids to read. Last week, when a prosperity apostle preached wealth rights to 5,000 stadium attendees, Lucas taught open-air classes under a bridge. This is the real multiplication miracle. 5 loaves becoming education and dignity. While the gospel industry produces vacuous worship songs, slum youth compose new hymns with calloused hands. The revolution won't be televised. It'll be built brick by brick. Donate used books, not just old clothes. Offer your skills, music lessons, tutoring, repair workshops. Ask needs rather than assume. Resurrection happens when knowledge stops being privilege. Dawn's silence weighs heavy in the community where Raphael, 17, tries sleeping in a wooden shack. Distant gunfire is normal, but what keeps him awake are dreams too big for his reality. Meanwhile, in a luxury high-rise, pastor's daughter Juliana, 16, suffers pre-exam anxiety, 2 teens under the same stars. Raphael dreams of medical school but can't afford bus fare to free prep classes. Juliana stresses about disappointing her parents with less than perfect grades at her private school. Inequality isn't just financial. It's opportunity distortion from cradle to grave. Their shared church preaches about the God of impossibilities, but possibilities differ radically. While Juliana accesses elite tutors, Raphael depends on a volunteer college student's Saturday classes. True Easter happens when this cycle breaks. Like teacher Sandra, 42, who left private education to create slum prep courses. My calling was revealing students' potential, not teaching the privileged, she says, grading papers late. Her project has placed 23 slum youth in public universities. Last week, when Juliana's church spent $10,000 on new sound equipment, Sandra's students built a digital blackboard from a donated TV. This is real multiplication. 5 loaves becoming transformative education. Revolution won't come from motivational speeches, but shared desks and borrowed books. Donate knowledge. Weekly tutoring changes destinies. Fund scholarships instead of expensive Easter eggs. Share opportunities. Good jobs rarely reach slums. Resurrection happens when education becomes basic, right? The smell of fresh bread mixes with gasoline at the bakery where Diego, 22, has worked since 14. His strong arms knead dough while his mind calculates how long until he can open his own shop. Across town, businessman Rogerio, 55, signs documents transferring another $200,000 offshore. 2 men, 2 money relationships. Diego never had a credit card. Rogerio has a team managing his investments. Their shared church preaches, tithing faithfulness, but never wager justice. Rio gets praised for big tithes. Diego gets called blessed for surviving on minimum wage. True Easter confronts this distortion. Like entrepreneur Christiane, 38, whore formed her bakery chain's space structure after amoral crisis. Christmas food baskets meant nothing if I exploited workers year-round, she says, proudly showing pay stubs where I'll learn live in wages. Her business grew 200,000 offshore. 2 men, 2 money relationships. Diego never had a credit card. Rio has a team managing his investments. Their shared church preaches tithing faithfulness, but never wage justice. Rio gets praised for big tithes. Diego gets called blessed for surviving on minimum wage. True Easter confronts this distortion. Like entrepreneur Christiane, 38, who formed her bakery chain's space structure after a moral crisis. Christmas food baskets meant nothing if I exploited workers year-round, she says, proudly showing pay stubs where I'll learn live in wages. Her business grew 100 prosperity retreat tickets. Christiane funded free baking courses for homeless people. This is real multiplication. 5 loaves becoming real change. Buy from small producers, even if costlier. Research companies' wage policies. Invest in social businesses. Resurrection happens when money becomes transformation tool, not idol. Rain leaks through Donna Marta's 63-year-old zinc roof as she runs with buckets. Her rheumatism worsens with dampness, but her public clinic appointment is 8 months away. Meanwhile, Dr. Roberto's 100 per 30 minutes private practice overflows. 2 healthcare worlds divided by privilege. Their shared church prays for the sick but never questions why some get cutting-edge treatments while others de-weighting. True Easter demolishes these walls. Like Dr. Tiago, 34, holds a prestigious hospital to pin 100 per 30 minutes private practice overflows. 2 healthcare worlds divided by privilege. Their shared church prays for the sick but never questions why some get cutting-edge treatments while others de-weighting. True Easter demolishes these walls. Like Dr. Tiago, 34, holds a prestigious hospital to open a 5 clinic in slums. Jesus healed whole people, not just souls, he says, seeing his 10th daily patient. His project has provided 5,000 affordable consultations. Last week, when megachurches bought million-dollar sound systems, Tiago's team got a donated ultrasound machine. This is real multiplication. 5 loaves becoming healthcare justice. Donate unused medicines, support community health projects, demand proper public health funding. Resurrection happens when healthcare stops being privilege. Night wind makes Eduardo, 19, curl tighter under his cardboard blanket. He fled home at 15 to escape domestic violence. Blocks away, the Oliveira family debates vacation destinations by their fireplace. 2 universes intersecting only at Christmas, when they distribute sidewalk soup for Instagram photos. Their church talks of salvation, but little real inclusion. True Easter turns compassion into consistent action, like Andre and Luana, who transformed their small home into temporary shelter for homeless youth. Love isn't handouts, but setting a place at our table, Luana explains, showing bunk beds that have housed 42 teens. Unsupported by government or churches, they've reunited 19 youths with families or jobs. Last week, when a celebrity preacher charged $60 for a motivational talk, they renovated a donated building for more beds. This is real multiplication, 5 loaves becoming shelter and new beginnings. Support local shelters with regular donations, volunteer skill training, offer mentorship. Resurrection happens when nobody sleeps rough in a society with empty homes.